It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's fifth in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's the Lions and the Browns. Next on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
From the gun, Bigsby. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. You talk about this Lions defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here comes third and the length of the football. Operating from the gun, Castro. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Lions in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Now Goff. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got him. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Goff. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And it's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. The Browns offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield to start the season. He finds himself in the top 5 in rushing at this point of the year. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Back to throw now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Castro over the middle, complete to Judy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
The rushing numbers for Bigsby a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
He'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Castro. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Operating from the gun. Castro. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jahan Dotson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The numbers for Brooks a week ago: 14 carries, 72 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak? And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Goff. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it, and the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Castro. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part and got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. We'll call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
To throw is Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Castro completes it to Fant on the right side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Castro. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they run the toss to Bigsby. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Give to Bigsby on the option. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Castro. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that. Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Goff now looking to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
And the Lions first down.
Here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here comes Brooks. They juked him. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run with Brooks. And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. That one complete out to Dotson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Castro. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here is 3rd down and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Gone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On the ground, here's Brooks. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 36. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now a 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Castro. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. Christian Watson, a touchdown reception. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Goff now to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Brooks down to about the 37.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
First and 10 is the 28-yard line.
Here's Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Brooks, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the gun, here's Goff. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down, but how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
Play action. It's Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Now for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Another run by Bigsby. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Castro. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They'll try and run the option. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Castro. And that is taken in by Njoku. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A run here with Bigsby. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Back to throw. Castro. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
So here are the Lions to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That's good. For the Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Goff. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's second and a yard.
At the 34-yard line.
To throw is Goff. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 44 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it's 21-10. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throwing to start the drive. Castro. He's got Njoku over the middle. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll look to throw again. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Back to throw again. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Castro. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. From the gun on 3rd down. Castro. That's caught by Jackson. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Castro. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jahan Dotson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 8. Now Goff. That is caught. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Second and 11. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Lions, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.